Well, yesterday on the show, we did another kind of news recap yesterday. This time it was of the Chicago Skies season. Now, this is what Quita of the YouTube channel Quita Loves Sports had to say yesterday afternoon about Coach Teresa Weatherspoon.
I do think that she is going to be the coach for the Chicago Sky for the long term. And I think that this year she learned a lot. She's going to improve greatly. And next year we're going to see a better offensive structure. The hope is to see that same sort of defensive intensity and see her make some more strides with some of her star players.
So that didn't age well, because that's not how it went for Weatherspoon, right, Reema?
No, Weatherspoon has been let go.
Yeah.
And it comes after, she led the team, I think, first time since 2018, not to the postseason. And so that certainly was probably a factor in letting her go. And it sounds like, our star player, Angel Reese, has been pretty upset, devastated by that.
Oh, yeah, I saw that tweet. Did you, Jacoby?
I did.
Yeah.
This was it was shocking because I, like Quita, was like, there's no way they're going to let go of this woman, especially given that, yes, results matter, but relationships matter as well.
So even the newness didn't throw you off? The fact that she hadn't been a head coach before, you didn't think?
No, she's a basketball legend. She knows the game. She's coached at, the collegiate level and the professional level in some capacity. She's been around the game her entire life. The clear mentorship she offered to the players ran so much deeper than what they were doing on the court. And I get, in 1 year in which we lost 27 games, it's easy to just look at that record, but I thought this year was about building something, announcing a new mascot, announcing a new facility, which has already been a big problem in keeping people to stay here.
Right.
Getting a first round pick who is capable of being the face of a franchise. And now,
before that, a new GM.
Yeah.
Right?
Now you're going to build relationships. And this, I think, sours all of that. How can a new coach come in thinking we believe in them when you just sat in a press conference with Spoon not too long ago and lauded her with praises? How can you ask players to come in and trust when even the franchise player is caught off guard and doesn't know what's happening is completely shocked? And so, it feels like Donald Glover walking into a room completely on fire with a pizza. Like, this is the worst possible timeline for this guy.
No, this is a tough one. Yeah, Angel Reese starts off her tweet, "I'm heartbroken," and I think that's a sentiment for a lot of fans as well. Now, I hate to do this to you, Jacoby, but we gotta talk about it. Two teams close to your heart are struggling real bad. I want to start with the White Sox. How hard has this season been for you? You're representing with a Sox hat right now. I got to
shout
tell
out
listeners.
to Ron Louie, a Chicago creator, for giving me this baby blue brim. I'm gonna be real with you. It actually hasn't been that difficult, because it's been so bad, and it was so bad so early that when a third of your players are injured less than a week into the season, the writing is pretty much on the wall, right? You thought rock bottom is when you were firing a long-term GM, a long-term president of baseball operations. Nah. That's not rock bottom. You think it's rock bottom when before the season starts, you sending away aces. Nah. Players injured and don't like each other? No. Getting rid of the coach and some other coaches in August? Nope. Now you are tying the 1962 Mets, an expansion team with 120 losses, and now people are actually watching you. People are actually kind of paying attention. People are laughing at the White Sox Twitter account.
But to see how bad you are, right,
exactly.
Mitch? Are you paying attention to this?
And then, right when you have us at what feels like rock bottom, it actually gets worse, because then you go, oh, no, we could beat teams 7-0. It's possible. We could sweep teams. We got it in us. We just don't got it in us. And so tonight, I fully expect them to lose the first game on the road and just be like, 121, here we are. Because that's what there is no more true example of what it means to be in a relationship with a sports franchise that's simultaneously begging for billions of your tax dollars to build another.
Well, here's
arena.
the thing, Mitch. They avoided being the absolute worst, right? Getting that title. I mean, is that any kind of consolation?
Well, so far they still got time to be the absolute worst. There's plenty of time left. I gotta say that honestly, like I've actually had a lot of fun watching this team be so bad this year because it's
kind
really
of what he was saying. Yeah,
exactly. It's just exposed these deep faults in the organization, this dysfunctional organization that has been dysfunctional for the vast majority of our lifetimes, I would say here.
3 playoff wins since they won the World Series our freshman year of high school.
Exactly.
And so that's what we've been given.
And I attended a couple of the games earlier this week where they had a chance to break the record, and it was honestly like there was a
pulled up for it.
Right. I mean, there was just this sense in the ballpark. It was almost a playoff atmosphere because fans were so invested. These are the diehard fans who have been suffering this long.
Oh, poor things.
And I guess it's sort of a sick pleasure in it to this point.
Can I just say I don't really follow the Sox or baseball, but a friend of mine who is a big Sox fan sent the group chat an article from the Times that said these folks went to the stadium to see the Sox break the record for being the worst team, and they couldn't even lose that game. And I died laughing.
Yeah.
All right, a little bit of time left here. The Bears. How disappointed are you with this team right now, Jacoby?
I mean, if you listen to like the podcast and like what I've put on record, you'd think I'd be deeply disappointed. But as the week has gone on, as the Hard Knocks has sort of faded from my system, like this is it's a rookie quarterback. He just threw for 363.
Let's give Caleb Williams a chance.
Yes, I mean them young LSU boys is looking good right now, and so I can't say that young people don't show up because Jaden looking good out there in Washington.
Yeah,
Neighbors is looking good in New York, and it's not to say that Caleb isn't showing some flashes. Again, 363, hooking up with Rome last week, the other first round rookie wide receiver that we drafted, and so I'd like to see a little bit less scrambling, but that's not all on him. I'd like to see a ton more common sense play calling, like 4 plays on the goal line and you got wide receivers blocking linebackers and nickelback. Like what are you doing? And so it isn't all on him, and I hope
just give him time to prove himself.
I think he needs some time, and I also think we are likely to see a White Sox-esque midseason cleaning house of a couple maybe play callers.
All right, I'm going to squeeze in one last sports story. Former Chicago Bulls Derrick Rose, he's officially retiring from the NBA. Thoughts, real quick?
It's hard to think of a more beloved athlete in Chicago, who obviously his career is sort of a Shakespearean tragedy, thinking back to 2012 when he had the first of his knee injuries. But, I mean, I can't really think of another athlete who has been collectively beloved by the entire city for so long.
Yeah.
No, Pudini carried a lot on his shoulders, simultaneously the ghost of Benji Wilson and the accomplishments of Michael Jordan to give a city hope, and to be the youngest MVP at just 21 from Inglewood, a soft-spoken, kid who professed to the world, why can't I be MVP? His entire career and his entire legacy, will be complex for some, will be heartbreaking for many.
Right. My thanks to Jacoby Cochran of CityCast Chicago, Reema Amin of Chalkbeat Chicago, and Mitch Armentrout of the Chicago Sun-Times. Have a great weekend, folks.